Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm running out of time, so I thought I would just record a quick video for this week's newsletter, News to Use for Business Owners. I kind of love that, and I hope you guys are digging it. Make sure you look at the right-hand column. I will always put things that are going on this month, like Lunch and Learn, which is there for this month. I'll put a video in every week for you. And then in the main content there on the left side, I will put some great information like it. So that's what this video is. Okay, so listen. Today, I've been promoting my event coming up. I'm going to be doing this all year long. Influence speaker training for business owners. Now, why is this so important? Do you not know how to speak? No, of course you know how to speak, right? I know how to speak. I wasn't good at it when I started. Not going to lie, I sucked when I first started. But the reason this is so important to me and why it should be important to you is because in the last 42 months, I wrote it down. I have earned over $1 million from speaking, right? Now, how did I do that? Are people paying me? No, I speak for free, and I will make way more money speaking for free than anybody would ever pay me because I'm just a decent speaker. I'm not the best speaker. I'm a good speaker. I know how to go out there. I know how to put a talk together now. I didn't know that when I first started speaking. I didn't know how to intrigue the audience. I didn't know how to make an offer. As a matter of fact, the first event that I ever made an offer at, nobody bought, right? Nobody bought. And I came back and I was sitting in my office for a week. I'm not kidding. This is no lie. No kidding. Sitting there for a week, like contemplating, am I going to continue on what I'm doing? Right. That was another one of my milk crate moments. Was I going to continue because nobody bought? Well, you know why they didn't buy? When I went back and I pulled their information and I started calling people and say, hey, everything you told me you wanted is what I was giving you. Why didn't you buy? And they said, because Jean, number one, you didn't tell us the price. And number two, you didn't really tell us what was included or what it was about. And you guys, that was the first time I'd ever made an offer. I was so scared. I literally was sweating through my clothes, right? I was petrified to actually make an offer and sound salesy, right? I didn't want to sound salesy. I know you don't want to sound salesy. So my point being is speaker training for business owners is about what you need to say, not about how you need to speak, right? I have earned over $1 million in the last 42 months by going out and speaking for free and finding clients that I can help. Several clients I have taken from $300 a month to $15,000 a month. One client added $500,000 to her business in 1 year, putting her over $1 million. Another client went from $300 a month to in 18 months, created a $180,000 a year salary or revenue stream, right? This is story after story after story about how I help people. So I told you I sucked. I did everything wrong when I started, right? I did everything wrong and I couldn't figure it out. But here's what I didn't do. I did not quit. You know what I did? I went out and I found somebody who could help me figure out how to sell, how to make the right offer, how to show people how I can help them, how to put out better content, all of the things that business owners need to know. And the only reason you're not doing it right now is because you're scared and you're like, I don't want to suck in front of people. Well, Buttercup, you've got to suck, right? You've got to suck when you start. And that is why I'm there to support you, because I know how much it sucks to suck. You feel bad about yourself. You're not sure, but you can't give up, right? You can't give up. I never gave up. My first client followed me. You guys, this is how determined I was. My first client followed me for 8 years before signing up with me. My very first client, I was doing all of the work and everything I thought I was supposed to be doing. A lot of it was wrong, but followed me for 8 years on my newsletter before ever signing up to work with me. So I want to let you know that this happens to all small business owners, not just you. So if you know you need help, listen, this is what I'm going to be talking about at speaker training for business owners. Where's my notes? I had, here it is. Okay, speaker training for business owners, influence. Number one, we're going to get your messaging clarified. Are you out there and you're stumbling over what you're trying to say to people when you meet them at a networking event? Somebody will come up and say, hey, what do you do? And you're like, well, I do. And then you talk for 5 or 6 minutes and they're like, yeah, I'd like to go meet somebody over here, right? We don't want you to do that. I want you to be able to give your marketing message, your 30-second infomercial in about 15 seconds. And I'm going to show you how to get really super clear. That's the very first thing we do is get your messaging out of the way. And by the way, when all of the other people are in the room hearing your message, guess what happens? They determine at that particular moment if they want to have a conversation with you about, can you help them? I see it happen at every single 100% of my events. There is business passed between the attendees there. Okay, that's just one piece. Number two, we're going to develop some stories because speaking is about storytelling, and a lot of people are not great at storytelling. I wasn't great at storytelling, right? But I do have a little piece that makes me a little bit better at it because I can be funny, right? Don't ask my kids, they won't say I'm funny, but I definitely can be funny, and I know where to throw that humor in. And I use a little self-deprecating humor too, kind of throws people off, but it also brings me down to their level, meaning that they can see me as a flawed human, which we all are, and they can relate to me a little bit better. We're going to outline your signature talk. The right talk is so incredibly important, and we're going to outline your signature talk while you're there. I'm going to teach you 15 ways, 15 to get paid speaking. How do you get paid speaking? I'm going to teach them to you. You're going to actually create a lead generator that day. You're going to create it. The only thing you'll have to do when you get home is beautify it, right? Make it Pinterest worthy. But we're going to create the content for your lead generator that day. There is so much going on, you guys. We take a very short lunch break. I bring lunch in for everybody because there's so much to do in that one day. When you leave, it literally will change your business if you go home and implement the things that we're doing. And because I know a lot of people will go home and not do the work, we're doing the work in the room. You don't want to miss out on something with this kind of, will change your business in a matter of days, not a matter of weeks or months or years, in a matter of days. I'm going to teach you where to find speaking gigs, right? How do you find them? And I'm going to give you a script. I wrote a script to make it super easy for you to reach out and ask for a speaking opportunity. And if there is one, to get them to say yes. So I'm going to talk a lot about that. But there's so much here. And it's such a it goes from 8:45 to 5 p.m. It's May 26th, live in person. Live in person. I am back and ready to be out there in person again. I hope you are, because listen, May 11th, do you remember? Last week, last Saturday, no, it was on last Thursday. The pandemic was over. It was declared by the president, the CDC. If you look it up online, the pandemic ended on May 11th. Let's get back to work. Let's get back out meeting people. Stop hiding from behind your computer and let's get back out in person. You guys, it's a $97 ticket that is going to change your business. Not trying to hide anything here. What the price is, I'm gonna tell you right now, will be the best $100 you have spent in the last 3 years on your business. So I hope to see you at Influence Speaker Training for Business Owners. That you can, on the right-hand side of the newsletter here, there is a link that you can click over there and buy a ticket. We still have, I think, 10 spots left. I put people, it's a small group. The most people I will put into an event is 20 people. That's the very most. I really believe in small, intimate events where we can get shit done. So if you are somebody who knows you need to get things done, you know that there's pieces that you're missing from your talk, you know you're not confident enough to make an offer, and you especially know that you're stuttering over your words or you're vomiting your information all over people, and you want that to stop, so people will stop trying to get away from you and will start hanging on every word that you say, you need to come to Influence Speaker Training for Business Owners. Listen, I'm leaving. I'm going out of town tomorrow. I take my private clients. I have 3 retreats a year for them, intensive business training retreats. As a matter of fact, they told me I'm no longer allowed to call it a retreat because there's nothing retreat like it. It's intensive business training. And I will be back in time for Influence next week. So we're headed to Nashville this week for 2 intensive days of business training and maybe a little uh, actually have a surprise for them that I can't tell you because some of them see this. So I hope to see you at Influence Speaker Training for Business Owners, and let's start rocking this shit, right? Let's get out there and get you making money, because I want you to join me in making $1 million in the next 42 months for you. Okay, have a good day. Bye.